Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. We are low on wood.
Yeah, no, we have no wood. Zero
That's
wood.
kind of
This was a problem the whole time we made the farm. Every time we need to
but we didn't
we need
need.
sticks. We don't have wood.
We actually need um
Wood for pistons.
wood for pistons. Yes, we should
That's
go.
true.
We can make pistons out of birch wood, right?
Right. Yeah. You can make it any kind of wood.
Okay, I'm gonna go start chopping down some of our birch forest that we have over here. We actually probably have a lot of wood somewhere in this section, don't we? Or did we use it all too?
We have lots of birch over there at our house. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there.
I mean, the birch trees that are planted are here. Is there birch wood, or did we actually use it all throughout the whole time?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think we have any.
Building this.
I don't think we have any wood. I don't think.
I'm looking. There's lots of redstone, which is good. Not much glowstone though.
There's probably lots of iron too.
I don't think iron's a problem, is it?
Well, you need it. You need one per piston, right?
Yes, but we got a lot of that when we were.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we got enough of that just from digging the farm out.
You don't think so?
What?
You don't think so, or you do think?
I do
so?
think so.
Oh, I thought you were saying you don't think we have enough of it.
No. I hope we have enough.
So we don't have birch, but we do have about six or so stacks of other planks or of other logs. So I'm gonna bring those over. See what we can make out of that. I'm looking for anything else I can find that looks nice. I was thinking that we might have had some actual pistons sitting over here, but we don't. Bring these though. Nope, not there. Okay, heading back. Oh, I should have grabbed. Let's know there's more. Woo. Sorry, I'm making my own sound effects to fly because it's.
I'm thinking about this, and we need basically a layer for the redstone in between each mob layer, right?
Do we need a layer for redstone? Why would we need a layer for
sure.
redstone? Oh, for lighting?
Well, for that, yeah, for sure. That fish is breathing air.
Yeah, well, we'll need actually kind of like a layer, like almost 3 layers, because you need to have something that protects the. Because the water can't go over top of the lighting, right?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't do lighting. Maybe
Just make it so it's on at all times.
Yeah.
And it might be smart to do that.
It's gonna take up a lot of room if we do. I don't know.
What was I stopping over here for now? I need. We got redstone. Oh, iron. It's gonna bring a stack for now. What's your take on pornography?
What? What do you mean? Like,
For it, against it, couldn't care less. Do you think it's something somebody shouldn't watch as like somebody in a relationship?
I think that if your significant other doesn't want you to watch porn, that's okay. I know a lot of people thought that was weird about my past relationship where Crystal didn't like for me to watch porn, and I respected that. I didn't watch porn. I mean, I think if you're in a healthy relationship, I think that it shouldn't bother the other person, but I can understand how some people get bothered by it because they feel like you don't see them in the same way you see the actors and actresses in the pornography. So I can understand people being taken aback by their significant other watching pornography.
What's your thought on like the people who act in porn?
I don't care what you do. If you're not hurting anyone and it's
If you met a porn star in real life and became friends or whatever, you wouldn't be like, well, that's a job that I can't agree with. Like, you'd be okay with somebody that you know having a job.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I
would like strippers or any of those type of jobs. Prostitution's a little bit more different because I don't think that it's if it was like state sanctioned prostitution, I think that that's where it needs to probably be because it's regulated and safer.
Stone.
But just illegal prostitution, I think, is something that is scary because for one thing, it's illegal. So you're not protected as a prostitute. For the most part, there are places where it is legal. And then there is some regulation, but it's more possible to meet up with someone that you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation. I think prostitution I look at differently from any of those other things.
I somehow have the recipe for sticky pistons and not normal pistons here. I just can't remember. Are they stone or cobblestone?
Cobblestone.
Okay, I have to go to some cobblestone then. So yeah, I do think I agree with you in the fact that you being a because I don't care if somebody's a prostitute, whatever. Like they can do whatever they feel like doing in that case as well. But being illegal and being not state sanctioned and therefore very much more unsafe than it potentially could be in both the aspects of just you're doing something illegal, therefore you're going to be dealing with people who are also engaging in illegal activities, which always puts you in an unsafe situation, as well as the STD aspect of it and all that fun stuff, That makes it a little bit difficult to look at, but I, for the most part, some feel the same way. I think porn, should be whatever acceptable for anybody if they want to, if they feel like it's okay. I don't think anybody should question it. If a relationship, somebody had a problem with it, that's something you got to take up with your significant other type of deal about that and work out your own thing. But when I was in, and I always thought that this was a belief that I guess there's a sect of people who are just completely anti-pornography, which I've never really met anybody per se that was very anti-pornography, but I guess they exist. And I don't mean that they just don't want to do it themselves and they don't want their significant other doing it, but they think that like pornography is just like the devil and is wrong and should not exist.
Right.
Have you ever met somebody like that before?
I mean, lots of religious people take that stance, I think.
Have you so and it's funny, this story is going in a religious way. Back when I was in high school, I was part of a church like youth group and things like that. I used to actually be a religious person and go to church and participate in Sunday school and all that stuff. And I was in this youth group event. This probably was 11th grade, maybe 10th grade. I don't remember how old I was. But we go to this place that was for some like Christian concert. It was nothing. It was an event about something that was completely unrelated. However, they kept bringing up at this thing how it happened to be like National Porn Awareness Month or something like that. And at first, of course, as a 11th grader, I was like, hee, they're making me aware of porn, yay, type of deal. But, of course, that wasn't, what they were going for. But it was National Porn Awareness Month, and they wanted to talk about how terrible pornography was and what a bad thing porn is and how everybody should be completely against it. And they pulled out these ribbons that you were supposed to wear. These ribbons. It was a white ribbon, just like the breast cancer awareness ribbon, but it was white. And
I hope you were supposed to wear them on your dick.
So you were supposed to tie it to your penis. Yes.
Yep. And if you went to jack off because you were watching porn, you then remembered that you were doing a bad thing.
No. So you were supposed to wear these ribbons on your lapel or your chest or whatever the hell they called it. I don't know what they told you to do, but everybody knew. You put them on like a boutonniere, pin it to your shirt, and everybody to make them aware of like Pornography Awareness Month or whatever. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Whatever. They're talking about this. I'm going to go up to this concert now. So they started letting us out of we're all in like some basement in some auditorium. And of course they always do this thing before you go to one of these like, Christian concerts. It was you play some games, you meet some other people from other youth groups, and then you give a prayer and talk about something. It's almost like a mini sermon, and then you go upstairs to the activity that was waiting for you upstairs, where the band was setting up or whatever. And so we're on the way upstairs, and a guy is handing them out as you leave the door. He's handing out these ribbons. And I just walked by, and I thought nothing of it. And he hands me this ribbon, and I looked at him, and I was just like, no, thank you. And I started walking up the stairs. And I said it because, in my opinion, I was like, whatever, if other people want to be, like, against porn, that's fine. I don't need to be against porn, and I'm not against porn. And at the time, I wasn't somebody who, like, avidly watched porn or anything like that. It was not... I don't think we had a fast enough internet connection.
Did you get talked to because of this?
He followed me up the stairs. And was like, no, this is the ribbon that you wear for pornography awareness. And I was like, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And I kept walking. And he stopped me. He, like, grabbed me and pulled me back. And I think what it was is that he never thought that anybody would not be against pornography. And he especially, I think, thought as, like, the director of some youth group that, youth children just listened to what people said and what they told them to believe or whatever. And I was taken aback because I didn't have any idea that that I was going to be, for one, the only person that was, like, refusing this ribbon. I thought other people had their own, like, beliefs and stuff and would either choose to take or not take the ribbons as well. I didn't think I was being defiant. I thought I was making my standard choice that was available to be made, that everybody would also be making. You thought you had free
thought and free will?
Well, but it's not that I thought I had free thought and free will. It's that I thought other people were going to be making the same choice. Like, I didn't talk to anybody about this. Like, I just thought other people would have the same common belief and this. So he basically told me that I have to take and have to wear this ribbon because that is the message that is being put out there.
This is what we're doing here.
And I think eventually I reluctantly took it from him and, like, walked up the stairs and threw it in the garbage can when I thought I was out of sight, which I clearly was not out of sight because he came back to me again. I didn't end up wearing the thing, and I made it very clear that I was not going to wear it. But
so what happened when he came back?
I think he just told me that it was, like, unacceptable, and I had to, like, follow, like, it was the message that they were giving out, and I think I just at that point walked away. I was just like, there was like hundreds of people in this place. It was like multiple youth groups from around our area because it was like a Newsboys concert or something like that. I don't know if you know anything about Christian music, which I still, even though I'm not Christian at all, I still like a lot of Christian music. So some stuff's really good.
Do you have any pistons? Have you made those?
I have 56 of them. Where do they go?
Give me some.
Here.
We do it together.
So for one, have you ever heard of Pornography Awareness Month?
No, I wasn't never made aware.
I mean, or even if you were made aware, you just said no, thank you, and forgot about it, right?
So that's not gonna place right, is it?
Oh, we gotta place it upside down.
Looks like it. Can you do it like this?
What wrenches do we have in this game?
Yeah, right.
What we're gonna need is we're gonna probably need to do a layer like this, and you're gonna have to place it.
That doesn't even work.
You gotta get underneath
under
it.
Better. You can't get underneath it because then you're in the damn way.
Well,
that's awful.
Are you sure they have to?
Yeah, we have to.
Is this why Seth Bling didn't show him building this thing?
Yeah, he built that. Well, I mean, Jeff said everything in creative, right? So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you can't do this, can you?
No, we have to be down a block.
It cannot be done. It started to place right, and then it, like, reconfigured itself. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Unless can you, like, point it at? Can you point it at the very, like, top corner? Or top? Nope.
That's how we have to do it, right there.
How'd you do it? Oh, you actually got underneath the thing. Should we just pick up the water? We can't anymore, can we? It's like.
I mean, we could, but.
Okay, so this is gonna be fun. We're just gonna make a watery mess.
Can you at least place it on the side of that piston? You can. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Probably
Why you?
I'm in water now, which is the unfortunate part. Gotta let my air bubbles get back. Yeah, I'd like to know if anybody else has heard about Pornography Awareness Month and a white ribbon, and if they've ever been asked to wear the ribbon against
I'm sure
their will.
most people that were in youth groups had to deal with something like that. I'm sure that's a very common thing. I mean, this is where I have my problem with religion, is where you're told. I mean, for one thing, the Bible makes it very clear that there's original sin because of the fact that God wanted us to have free will. So, like, the fact that someone is telling you you don't have an opinion is, there's so much of religion is ignoring the teachings of the religion. I find.
So, the thing is, I can't even sit here and tell you that this had anything to do with quote unquote religious teaching. It was just this particular individual that I happened to walk into was the one that was handing out these ribbons.
Right, but
was very opinionated about this like situation.
Right, but he's been put in charge, so now it's part of his efforts to indoctrinate you, regardless of if this is what the church are going to even wants. It is now, because this guy has decided this is what he's pushing.
Well, the one good thing to say about this is it wasn't the church that I was going to; it was the church that was hosting the concert.
God, that's even worse. So now you're like coming from one church, and then the guy from the other church telling you how you need to be. What a mess.
Yeah, no, it's definitely kind of a mess. There's no question about that. But it was the people that they were the only reason, because when I started going to church, my parents are not religious and didn't go to church since I've been. Since I can remember. I think they did get me baptized at some point, and like when I was a baby, but I don't remember anything about that. I started going to church in like middle school because I started going with some of my friends who were like, "Hey, come check out my church," and I had a good time there. I met some cool people. I was into religion to the point where I was thinking that there was, potentially, a God, and I was going to be a religious person. And the more and more I went there, and probably actually about this time, I was not as religious anymore, and I was kind of teetering on the agnostic / atheism spectrum, but still going to church youth groups and things like that, because it was still a good community of people. Still enjoyed some of the things that we did. I enjoyed doing mission trips and helping people and all that stuff, and I didn't really have to be a religious person to deal with that. So I guess, I don't know, maybe I pushed like. And it's kind of funny because I remember when I started college and I first went away to my first big college, and I was struggling to make friends out there at first. It was the first time I was away from home. I only ended up staying at that college I had a girlfriend back at home that I was like sad about like leaving. It was my first real serious girlfriend, blah, 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 wine type of, type of deal. And I would talk to some of my friends that I knew from like the church area or whatever, who were also in college or sophomores in college now, and they all suggested the same thing, and I was just like, you guys are ridiculous. And they were all like, go join a church, like it's such a great community. And by this time it's funny because I knew all these people because of church, because it was a great community, but in my mind I was like, come on, it's like those are the last people I want to go deal with right now. I'm getting advice from people I met at churches, but I'm like, I was so not religious by that point that I was like, why would I go join a church to go meet people? I don't need to do that. So yes, the teachings of certain individuals could be bad because they can definitely be not appropriate per se for the situation. But so when you said so original sin exists because God wanted free will.
Original sin exists,
right? Because
free will.
God wanted, according to the religious teachings, because God wanted people to have free will. I guess I don't understand that philosophy. I know.
I mean, without free will, then,
there would have been no temptation for the apple. Like, right.
If they just did what God said and didn't have free will, then they never would have been able to eat the apple. So there would have been no sin.
Was the point of giving people free will and then punishment to show that free will has consequences?
I don't know what the point was.
But is that the teachings that you, as you understand them? I guess I never went to a church that talked about the cooler sounding stuff like that. It's like we never got into original sin ever since I was there and what it meant, and I think it was just that expectation that everybody who was going there knew what it was.
Everybody was what?
Knew what original sin was.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the purpose was. Don't ask me that question because I don't know the answer.
I'm super curious.
I mean, I don't know why God decided to do it the way he did it. I mean,
because it is just weird to be like, well, we wanted you to have free will, so we made something, a temptation that we really didn't want you to do, but you did it, so now we're going to punish you for it. But you still have free will.
Yeah.
That sounds like...
I don't know how things work.
I hear that guy. Was that the sound you heard earlier?
No, I was talking about... I'm playing Redstone.
But it's not that... I hear that guy. Remember earlier in the last episode, you were like, what was that sound? I hear a guy going...
Oh, no. Right, that wasn't a guy I heard. I think it ended up being cave sounds is what I was hearing. But it just ended up being a cave sound I never heard before. We're also going to need repeaters, by the way.
So we'll need a lot more redstone and some quartz, is what you're saying.
I forgot that I forgot redstone only went 15 blocks.
We need some repeaters, though, not all the repeaters. Like, we don't need as many repeaters as we need pistons.
Right. But I mean, I don't know. This is one of those weird conversations even that can exist because supposedly God knew, everything that would happen, so he knew that Adam and Eve would sin. So, like.
But that's like, is God? But that means everything would be determined already, and therefore that eliminates the concept of free will because if everything's already been determined,
that's one of the arguments that exists in this whole situation.
So I told you about my interreligious dialogue class that I took before that had the Christian guy, the rabbi, and the imam or the imam all taught it together, and they wanted you to think outside the box when you wrote your papers and your stuff. And the first assignment that we had was based on like a Christian reading, one of the Christian readings that we had, and I basically wrote a book report because I didn't know what else to do. It was a book called The Holy War, and it was super freaking long. And they gave me like a C on it because they're like, you basically just gave us a book report. You regurgitated like information that's in here. We want you to think outside of the box. And the next one was a book on the Muslim religion and on Islam. And I don't remember what was in there, but I focused on a point that talked about a lot of people in Islam. And I don't know if this is, Muslim religion across the board, so don't quote me on this, but there was discussion on part of the religion believing that everything has been determined, and like Allah knows everything that you're already going to do, and so everything has been determined. So I wrote this whole paper based on the lack of free will that would bring about believing in free will, but I based it on time travel, and I wrote it in comparison to the different way that time travel happens in the movies, like Back to the Future versus Predestination. And I got 100% on that paper because he thought it was a really interesting topic. But that's what it like when you talk about predetermination, you can really think about that with time travel movies. If you believe that there really is no free will, then something like predestination. Nothing changed that they did in Predestination, no matter what you did. Or the Terminator series, right. Terminator 3 ends with everything you tried to change, you ended up making happen because it was always determined to be that way. Whereas Back to the Future is completely we changed the past, and shit got fucked up because we changed it. This is how it's supposed to be. And that's how you think about if there's free will or if there's not free will type of deal.
Right.
But at the same time, you could always pull the Back to the Future into saying, but it was always determined for all those events to happen and unwind and become the way that they did in the end.
And it could also be where, if you believe in a multiverse sort of thing, where maybe there's some universe where if if there is, God, the Christian version of God, maybe there's some universe where Adam and Eve are still just hanging out, not eating that apple.
Starving, they're just bones. They're sitting there going, I'm so hungry.
uh,
We got sick of all the other food in this kingdom. You're waiting on repeaters right now, huh?
What was yeah. Yeah. I mean, what was the point of temptation anyways? What was the lesson that God was trying to give?
So also just so you're aware,
was he just having fun? He just memeing?
It's possible. If you put a repeater here, I don't think
gonna
it's
work.
gonna power this, yeah.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to do like a loop.
Is that how Seth Bling did his?
I don't fucking know. You go look at his video? He did in creative, so I bet he put a repeater in every single spot.
And just had him going into the pistons?
Yeah.
That's possible. Keep in mind, we don't need repeaters, actually. Repeaters will help, but we could use just a block and a torch. If that would save redstone, iron, and quartz.
Oh.
We might need 2 blocks and torches, but let me see here.
Let me have a repeater. You got one?
I don't have one. Yeah, because we need to go get repeaters. Need quartz, right? Or is that just a comparator that needs quartz?
Let's compare. It needs quartz.
Oh, so what does? Hold on, I forgot what a repeater needs. It needs. I don't have one unlocked in my book. I thought we unlocked all of our recipes at one point, and people got mad. Didn't we do that?
We did that.
I definitely have.
You have to be in the right crafting bench to see it.
Hardly anything. Oh, maybe that. No, because why can't I see? No, that's so weird. I can see the regular piston. Or the sticky piston? Oh, because you don't need to make a regular piston. I get it now. Ah, that makes sense. I still don't see a repeater, though.
Oh, dear.
I see it now. So it's just stone, 2 redstones. So it's actually not hard to make at all. A repeater. Oh, I tried to fly with bread.
Tried to fly with
Tried
bread.
to fly with bread.
That don't work.
A redstone repeater doesn't work?
Whoever said that.
Someone
in my chat said that if you put it down, it'll power it diagonal. It don't do.
Gotta get all the way back to get some regular stone. Because I turned all the regular stone I had into the stone blocks.
Knew that was gonna happen. Damn it, boy.
What happened?
Damn it, Bobby. My repeater is repeating.
Oh, okay. So it's doing the thing its name implies it does? What a shame.
Yep. Well, yeah, I wanted to do a thing. Didn't work.
Yeah, I do wonder how he's got this lined up in the easiest way.
Yeah, I don't know how he did his.
Redstone. Dang it, I wish we had crafting benches in this version that kept your items in them. Are those coming with a version coming up soon?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, I thought they were. Okay, so how are you doing this? It looks so
This will work.
Yeah, it'll work. It just is. It's like ridiculous.
Works though.
What if we? I don't think it'll work like that. Let me see.
Oh wait, no, it won't work. That'll pop off when I turn this off, I think. Yep, it does.
Oh. I didn't realize they did that either.
This doesn't work, does it?
I don't know what this is. The water channel is right there.
I just did.
Did
Oh,
it
yeah,
work?
that works. That'll work.
What
That's
is
the
it?
way to do it. What I did.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
You use your eyeballs. Look at it.
Yeah. Did it work for both these?
Yeah.
But is that going to change the way we want to layer this, though? Isn't that going to change our layer heights?
I mean, you got a better idea?
I guess my better idea would be that we end up using repeaters for everything.
Well, you broke up, so I don't know what your idea was.
Repeaters for everything.
Damn it, it just fell off.
I saw it.
I hate your idea so much, I kill myself.
You're like, I'm done. You're like, I'm not spending another year on this project. I'm out.
I mean, I'm open to suggestions. I don't have any. Okay, actually, I do have one. What if we did this? That's a spider eye.
Trying to fly with a spider eye? That didn't work.
Okay.
And you're turning on this torch.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work. Well, no, that
the
doesn't really
the repeater's
change.
still gonna have a problem, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens when. Do another one because I don't have a thing on me. Do another one right there. A torch. That's not what.
I'm making a torch pipe up now.
I don't want that.
Oh, you don't want that?
No. No.
No, that ain't gonna work.
I was trying to see. Because we need this because it's gonna run into the exact same problem if we do this, right?
Oops. Let me do that.
Oh, except for we might be able to use my repeater method then. Hold on.
What's your
I'll do
repeater
a
method?
torch. This and then this. Oh no, because it'll be every other one. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me.
The other option would be to do what I've done here and move the repeater back. It makes the thing bigger, but we could.
I just don't want to make it a layer taller. Is what I'm.
Yeah, we can make it wider and do it this way. So get rid of what I've just did down there real fast. Damn it.
Is that phantoms?
It is.
I don't see them.
They're in the damn water.
Oh, there. Hello. Hi. They gone. Okay. I hear one somewhere still.
No, it's a zombie.
Oh.
Zombie?
So if we go back a layer, you're saying it
Yeah.
somehow does something.
I'll show. Wait, no, that's still not gonna work.
You're still going to be missing one.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you're going to make... If I toggle this, it's going to go crazy, right?
Yeah. It's not just an infinite loop. It doesn't cut off.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
We got to be missing something obvious that you're supposed to do in this case.
Who knows?
There's more phantoms I hear now too.
That one's yours.
But I just killed it. It just took him a long time to find me. It's like, where is this guy?
Yours didn't spawn the same time mine did for some reason.
Observer blocks. Redstone torch blocks.
Does the no, that won't work either.
I was looking for anything. There's so many, like, it seems so easy.
Put the redstone on top of the piston, someone says. You want to see what that does? I'll show you.
You already showed us once, and then I tried it myself because I thought
I'll
the same
show them.
thing.
Apparently, they weren't watching at the time.
Okay, I'm watching.
Boop.
If you want to do it again, I'll trigger it for you. Here. You ready?
They had to have seen it.
Okay. I forgot that I did that too. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I did too.
Like I said, we could. The only other thing we could do is.
Oh yeah, you know what? Seth did use trapdoors instead of pistons. How do you trigger trapdoors? It's a redstone, isn't it?
That's true. You did use trapdoors instead of pistons. You know what? This is what you were trying to do, though. Oh no, never mind. Shit.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
No, because we still need another.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna.
We'd still need another repeater to repeat the signal. You see, we're still end up missing a block.
Work.
Yeah, we just still end up missing a block somewhere. Is the problem?
Right there.
Oh yeah, you're right. That might work. That would work.
Yeah, that'll work.
Trapdoors are still gonna need a redstone signal to trigger.
Yeah, they'll just be cheaper.
No, they still need a redstone signal to trigger, just like the piston does.
Right, it's just cheaper.
Oh, cheaper to make the trapdoor, yes, but we still need the same redstone contraption.
Right. What is it? More compact though?
I can't imagine how it would be more compact.
Well, pistons is 2 blocks high. Well, the trapdoor's down here.
Oh, because let's think about this. The trapdoor would be connected to the front of the water block, right? In theory.
You know what we probably should do? We probably should end this episode here and actually watch Seth's video.
That's
people are saying some other stuff like
as fun.
Is that he had a water loop and mine carts that went around with 4 pressure plates that act as a clock for the trapdoors.
So I do recall the minecart thing, which was really intriguing. However, if I remember correctly, he literally used that just as a random new timer method. That has nothing to do with the way it works. He could have used a hopper timer if he wanted to. He just used it as a new Fandangle timer that he was playing with.
I see.
So I would not pay attention to the minecart. I don't remember about water loops or what that means. So it might have been all from one source block, Guude. I think it was all from one source block. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying
that's probably not true. That ain't true.
We should build it on the very bottom of the front of the wheat farm then, where we already have the water troughs coming down. But this will work if we have to. It just is kind of ugly and a waste. So there's got to be some other better method for this concept here.
Yeah, I think so. Well, anyways, we'll play with it more in our next episode. We got plenty of time. We got another 150 episodes to make.
Oh, yeah, till next May, and then we'll get this done.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody.
See ya.